Alrighty, time for some Duelist Kingdom action with none other than Serenity Wheeler. In her quest, now she is up against none other than PaniK the Eliminator. So, can Serenity eliminate the darkness, or will the darkness eliminate her, as we see Battle Wasp Nest come up as the pre-card, as Serenity wins rock, paper, scissors, and elects to go first. I was going to go on Twitch last night, but I was tired. I ended up falling asleep not long after the videos were released. So if anyone was looking for the channel being live, that's why it wasn't live. I had fallen asleep. Magic Reflector, Wingweaver, and Doriado still in Serenity's hand. She's got bad reaction to Simochi. I don't know how much that card is really going to do in Duelist Kingdom though, because a lot of the decks don't actually use much life point regaining methods. Taya does. And a few of them have a Dian Keto laying around in their deck somewhere, but that's about it. There's not much that card can actually do. There's the Forgiving Maiden for Serenity. That which feeds on life was summoned by PaniK, and Watapon was destroyed. Watapon. It's Serenity's Pon. Serenity's... It's like a pon-pon ball or something. Alright. Let's head to comments that I have from yesterday. Dark Shade is summoned from PaniK. Where was I up to? There we go. Okay, face down defense from Serenity. The Forgiving Maiden now 2,000 defense on the field. That might hold Serenity's fort for a little bit. SCH292 says Yugi Boy ran Gadget, Silent Magician, Beta, Alpha, Marshmallow, and I think Crush D Gandra. And Alejandro also said also Granadora, or also Gandora, I believe. Yes, that dragon, sorry, I get confused with the names. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Ultimate Masters World Championship 2006, the card is called Crush D Gandra. That is a thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Some of the monsters' names have changed over the years. Camarina Kozu is now Thunder Kid. I think the Oslo heroes' names might have changed as well. And Slime Toad used to be Frog the Jam as well. Or at least it was on Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. So PaniK with two 1,000 attackers on the field, but Serenity is safe. I was about to say Perenity. And another face down, this time on PaniK's side of the field. So Serenity still under attack though. Shadow Tamer. That'll flip up. It'll get hold of one of PaniK's monsters, but it won't do much. That's a dangerous card for PaniK. Shadow Tamer can control a fiend monster, but Shadow Tamer had to have stayed on the field for long enough. Serenity would love to get that Wingweaver down. There's Elemental Mistress Doriado. Emperor Pikachu 2013 says, was a great duel, catching up on videos again. The Amazon S deck is definitely strong. The Amazon S deck is incredibly powerful for its era as well, since it came in GX. Even for GX, if you like fully upgrade an Amazon S deck, they are so good. They work so well together, and it's such a fast moving deck as well. Serenity keeping her 2,000 defense and just trying to draw something to give her some support here. SCH292, I feel like Joey should have multiple themed decks. Let the community decide which deck Joey should run. Number 1, Red Eyes Black Dragon. Number 2, Time Wizard plus Baby Dragon plus some sort of gamble deck. Number 3, some sort of warrior deck that contains Guilford the Lightning, Freed the Matchless General, Marauding Captain, Gearfried the Swordmaster, and 2300 level 4 and 1800 level 4 warrior types. Or number 4, Flame Swordsman deck. It's we could have all 4 of them face off, and then the winner of the 4 Joey decks could be the one that gets picked. We could do a tournament of the Joeys. We have gathered all of the Joeys here today to determine which Joey shall take the supreme rightful place as the king of the Joeys. Okay, if Serenity draws a polymerization here, well, she's played Goddess with the third eye, trying to lower down PaniK's attack force. She does have a Monster Reborn. She can bring Goddess of the third eye back if it's destroyed. Crimson Maelstrom says, Serenity starting to shine here. Next up is PaniK though, and his fiends are worse than Bakura's. Bakura's are a bit more trickier, but PaniK is definitely, he will hit a lot harder. As you see, King of Yummy Makai now is to the field. And at 2000 attack, it's matching the Forgiven Maiden. There goes Goddess of the third eye. If Serenity can pull polymerization, she can get Goddess of the third eye and Forgiving Maiden together. There's White Magician Pikeru. And Serenity throws down Monster Reborn. And she's gone with Doriado. That's a bit of a... Oh, that might be a bit of a waste, although Serenity... Oh, okay. That's why. I was like, whoa. Hang on. You don't just want to waste a Monster Reborn, but there we go. Wingweaver is now to the field. 2750, and now Serenity is able to get rid of King of Yummy Makai. The thing is, PaniK can power up King of Yummy Makai, so you don't really want that laying around on the field for too long. And Crimson Maelstrom says, Crystal Beasts are one of my favourite archetypes from GX, mainly because of their dual spirits. They are a very cool deck. I've quite enjoyed watching them so far. Oh, that's... Ooh, that's rigged. PaniK has drawn a Dark Hole and has swept Serenity's field. And PaniK has now displaced Sangan. Serenity does have White Magician Pikeru. Almost said Perenity again. Katomi says, Little Yugi use cards like the Coloured Gadgets, Gandora, Silent Swordsman, and Silent Magician. I'll have to watch that duel again, because I don't remember it very well. The one with Yugi and Pharaoh. I know that Pharaoh goes back to his own time after it, after Little Yugi gets the win against 3 Egyptian gods with his marshmallow-sized warriors, but it's been a long time since I watched that duel, and when I say a long time, it's probably over 10 years, and I think I've only seen it once. Moonwolfie says, Serenity handled Bakura better than I thought, since he has some tricky stuff lurking around, but go Serenity for kicking his butt. And Emperor Pikachu says, Serenity on the rise. Serenity, she was a tough one to make. She's like a combination of multiple different decks. Apparently Blair Flanagan used White Magician Pikeru and Black Magician Curran. So Serenity is like a mixture of Blair Flanagan, Taya, and Rebecca. She's like a mixture of all three. So Ryukishin Powered has just got rid of White Magician Pikeru, and Serenity is running out of options. There's... Oh, Swords of Revealing Light. PaniK is having nightmares. Can you have a nightmare in Swords of Revealing Light? He's having a lightmare. He's having a lightmare. He's having flashbacks to when he had that used on him against Yugi. Because PaniK can't stand the light. And he's tributed Ryukishin Powered and gone for a defense. Well, he can't attack, so... Alejandro Fernandez, I can't wait for the first Twitch stream, especially if it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Related or Simpsons Hit and Run. That game is an underrated gem. I would have last night, but I got to like the time where I loaded GTA Vice City up and sort of like activated the stream, and within a minute I was shutting down. Although maybe I could do a Simpsons Hit and Run one later tonight as well. There goes bad reaction to Simuchi. Simpsons Hit and Run, definitely though. It is a very underrated gem. Well, it did well back in its time, but even today, that game still holds up as being very fun to play. Smile Potion played, and Serenity, her Swords of Revealing Light are going to run out, and she's going to be under attack from Reaper of the Cards, and Lord of Zamaya. PaniK with a lot of card count now as well. There's Dark Chimera. Tell you what, we're seeing PaniK's anime monsters at the moment. Oh, polymerization. Okay, that would be Frenzied Panda and Ryukishin, unless PaniK... there you go, he does have Versago the Destroyer as well. But that will make Barox. So, pretty much PaniK's anime lineup is on the field here. King of Yummy Makai's already gone, but Barox, Dark Chimera, and Reaper of the Cards are all down on the field here. And oh, would you believe it? I almost said Serenity again. Serenity has just drawn a Dark Hole and used it back on PaniK, and now PaniK's field is swept. Well, both players have activated a Dark Hole to sweep the field. Moonwolfie says, Jesse, so happy to see my guy. He and Jaden have some very similar quirks, so it's not surprising they became friends. Most of my Crystal Beast cards came from my Crystal Pegasus structure tin. I have a few versions of Rainbow Dragon and a few others from a multi-character box. These cards have some cool effects along with the spells and traps and look really cool. Jesse talks to them like Jaden talks to some of his, because these monsters are his family and friends. I remember a duel in Season 4 where there goes Shadow who controlled the dark for... Oh, Ushioni. Damn. And Serenity can't play anything. She will have to draw something, otherwise she'll lose on the next turn. I remember in a duel in Season 4 where Jaden and Jesse teamed up and the final big bad tries to use darkness to turn Jesse, but Jesse's mind and soul are guarded by Rainbow Dragon. And while he did want to beat Jaden, Jaden was also his friend. Was that, that big evil, was that Yubel? Because I remember... I've played through the story mode on this game, and it's loosely off. It sort of retells the story in a shorthand form, but PaniK is going to pick up the first win here. Serenity has run out of options. It wasn't a bad match though. They both threw quite a lot at each other, but so it's 1-0 for PaniK. Alejandro Fernandez says, Joey is definitely Red Eyes plus some warriors sprinkled in. Atticus is a little tricky because it was actually Night Shroud who used Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. I feel like both can use Red Eyes, but Joey would definitely focus more on pure Red Eyes cards, while all of their fusions, XYZ and Link monsters, while Atticus Ace would be Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, and his strategy would be more in the realm of getting as many dragons on the field and in the graves as possible to power up his Darkness Dragon. Cards like Mars Dragon, Troop Dragon would help swarm the field. That could be a thing. Red Eyes Black Dragon versus Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. I'd be keen to see that, as Watapong has made a return to the field again, and this is almost the same way that Serenity started the last duel. Yellow Luster Shield played by PaniK, and he goes with Ryukishin Powered. We also saw that in the last duel as well. Serenity has not drawn a good hand here. Alejandro says the Jesse player needs to remind himself that he can use the second effect of his field spell whenever he chooses. Still just once per turn, so halving the highest damage should be their priority, of course. I know that this was just to get to know their deck. It's, yeah, with the life point halving thing. I think it was a, I know they might have got it on the wrong monster for one, but that field spell with that Crystal Beast, that gives you so many options when you have them like to the field, but it's kind of a double-edged sword because you take away your magic and your trap zone if you completely fill it as well. Alright, Banner of Courage. And this is not looking good at all. Serenity has not got anything going for her here. She doesn't even play White Magician Pikeru. She's, as if she plays that, she's going to lose it, and it's a good card. PaniK has summoned Ushioni. And Serenity's lost a lot of points. She hasn't drawn a good hand. She's got 2150 attacking her as well, so her 2000 defense won't help. There's Dark Lord Marie. And this has not been a good starting hand. This is, from a sporting term, this is the most offside hand you could draw with Serenity. This is not the order of the cards that she wants to draw. White Magician Pikeru's going to have to be, has pretty much had to be thrown away here to protect life points, and Serenity's only just going to hold on after this turn. Silas DC says, maybe he manifested the second dark hole, black hole into existence, because yes, it did happen, and yes, it seemed to have happened in the same way that last time. 3 month or 2. Let me reread that. Maybe he manifested the second dark hole, black hole into existence, because yes, it did happen, and yes, it seems to have happened in the same way the last time, 3 months or 2. It's with the AI, they are because that was probably the AI duel where those dark holes, 2 of them were used. The thing with the dark holes is the AI decks, they have multiple copies of them, and they always seem to have one right when they need it as well. It's irritating as all hell, but look at this. Serenity is beaten by Reaper of the Cards, and this one has finished very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Well, that second match did. So Serenity's taken a 2-0 loss here to PaniK, and her next opponent will be Bones. She should get an easier match against Bones. The thing with PaniK is that he can overpower you very quickly if you don't have a good start or you don't have a lot of strong monsters. But a loss for Serenity here. She goes 2 wins and 3 losses. Can she get one back against Bones, though? We will find out very, very soon, probably tomorrow. Coming up next, Tanya, and we also have Camula, who was another deck which has been created from the GX series as well. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, take care, farewell.